What's up, Lions? Welcome back to Mr. Shepard's Neighborhood. This is going to be a quick recap of our last war. Let's jump right into it. First thing I want to do is comment on Peter. I'm going to start calling him MV Peter because this was a heck of a war for him. It's always impressive to get two 3 stars in a war. He gets a cleanup 3 star, and then also a blind 3 star, which is just great. But then also, if you look at his defense, this was something else. This is a 10-person war, and our opponent spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks on our next to last ranked Town Hall 8 down there. Took 5 attacks, 25% of their attacks on one base, and eventually a Town Hall to take them out. So great defense, great offense. Good job, Peter. Relatively new member of our clan. Keep up the good work, buddy. In fact, I'm going to show one of his attacks as a Town Hall 8 example from this war. This is his cleanup attack. This was an all-dragon attack. Two things that jump out at me to point out. One is all dragon attacks always scare me with a lot of spread out buildings like this. It works for Peter in this case. He's able to get his dragons to take everything out. But there is always that chance that dragons can stray and you'll miss that one building and get a 99%. So I usually trade one dragon for some minions in a case like this if I'm doing an all drag. Just something to keep in mind. The other thing he does that's really good is, so he's targeting the air defenses, obviously. He lightnings down the first one right away. He then bum rushes the second one with dragons. And the third one he uses hogs to take down, but he does that little trick that we saw Troy do a couple wars back of dropping his Barbarian King first to distract the defenses and clear the way for those hogs to get in there without being hit. So let's go ahead and take a look at the replay. We'll talk about it just a little bit. He starts off with the lightning. What I really like about that, to take note, is he drops all three at once. He knows it's going to take 3 lightnings, so he doesn't waste time. Just drop them all. Don't bother pausing in between. He also does this kind of inside-out funnel we talked about. He drops 4 dragons first to clear out. The outside ones stray. The inside ones go forward, and he continues to drop and force them all going in. This is a great little mess here because you're going to get to that air defense. The king is down. That's distracting these skeletons. The hogs go in. They get a little bit sidetracked. I'm not sure why, but they do wind up taking out that air defense pretty quickly. And from here, it's over. We can go ahead and speed up. This is just cleanup. Once there's that many dragons still up, there's nothing that's going to stop them. This is this is honestly the only thing I would worry about. These buildings down here, like we're talking about, all of your forces are going in this direction. You don't have anything else to drop. For some reason, a couple more of these dragons went down. You might run out of time. Doesn't in this case. It's great, but just something to think about when you're planning your attacks for the future. Good job, Peter. And now, real quick, I want to show you my attack on number 5. This was a blind attack. As a rule, I'm not going to really show a lot of my own attacks, but I thought this was a good one to show you kind of the thought processes that went in and the base analysis that went into this base. So I look at this base as a hog attack, and when I'm looking at hogging, a few things I need to look at. First is the queen. Need to make sure I can reach the queen so I can take her out. Second is the clan castle. Have to be able to lure the clan castle. And the last is the possibility of double giant bombs. Double giant bombs will wipe out. Okay. Double giant bombs will wipe out any kind of hog attacks. So here we have 8 possible locations for bombs and Teslas. So obviously 4 Teslas, 4 bombs. Now, when I look at this base, the only thing that makes sense to me, honestly, is if the giant bombs are here and here, and then if the Teslas are here and here. And the reason I say that is you want your giant bombs in between defenses. You know, the point of the giant bombs is to interrupt when the hogs are going from defense to defense. So it doesn't make sense to have them here because there's no defenses on the other side. You have the wall. Um, it doesn't make sense to have them here. There's no defenses on either side. So this is what I expected, and that's why I expected it, and I did turn out to be right. It doesn't always happen, of course. People sometimes design their bases in funky ways, and you have to prepare for that eventuality, or possibility, I should say. But you know, this is what I expected, and I was rewarded for being right. So with this in mind, what I decided to do is, first thing I decided to do was try to pre-trigger a couple of these giant bomb locations, because if I can eliminate one, then that'll protect my hogs. I can heal my way through the second giant bomb. I get rid of this one by dropping a couple of loons and then sending one hog in right at the end as they're about to take down this cannon. That way the hog will go in this direction, and then when he gets here, the cannon will be down, and he'll continue on his path toward one direction or the other and take down one of the bombs. Similarly, coming from this direction, I want to bring in enough hogs to take down this archer tower and continue onward toward the mortar to hopefully trigger the bomb that I believe is there. This also will serve another purpose of pulling out the clan castle. And once those clan castle troops are out, then I can drop my lure down here, run the clan castle troops down here, take them out, and bring in the main force of my attack from this direction. Which will take care of that queen too at the same time. I want to make sure I take out that queen. Once that's done, my plan is just a hog. Double finger drop on the hogs. I want to come in at these archer towers, because then the hogs are going to work their way in over here toward what I believe are Teslas and these air defenses. My hope here is that they congregate under one heal spell, and then they continue out and around, working their way through on both sides. They'll split up again and drop the second and third heal spells over the expo and air defense on top and bottom. And then as those hogs continue to work their way through the base, eventually I'll still have that last fourth heal spell over this area where the other giant bomb is. That's not exactly what happens, unfortunately. I totally botched my hog drop. And I wound up sending hogs here and here and then here, and so they wound up working backwards and all kinds of funky things. And I had to make the adjustment on the fly to, instead of dropping just one heal spell here, I had to drop two. One on the top and one on the bottom to keep the hogs up, because they were still too split up. They didn't join up like I wanted them to. And that's an adjustment I had to make, and so because of that I didn't have the heal here. So let's take a look. I'll talk you through a little bit of what I do. Start with the loons, and then I don't even wait. I know what the loons are going to do, so I don't even wait. I want to get in over here and get this started. So here come my hogs. I bring 4 hogs. Normally 3 would be enough to pull the clan castle, but I want to make sure they take down that archer tower and take out the clan castle. So they do. I send that other hog in here. They both set off bombs. So that is effective. I drop a barbarian, a couple archers down here to draw the clan castle out. I also get the added benefit of pulling some of the skeletons from the skeleton traps, so I can eliminate them at the same time as I'm taking out the clan castle. I drop a 2/1/2 to take out the clan castle, as well as my archer queen. And then once that's mostly down, I'm dropping my clan castle, which has one of Bob's max P.E.K.K.A.s in it. Those things are absolutely awesome for taking down a queen. They will take down a queen in one shot. All I have to do is get it to her. And since she's already jumping the wall, that P.E.K.K.A., the king, they're going to take her down in no time flat. They're already working on the wall. Once that's done, I'm hogging. You can see I messed up my drops. Hogs came in from every direction. Some of them went to the archer towers like I wanted. A lot of them didn't. I dropped the heal spells. I dropped the one on top first because a lot of the defenses down here are actually still aimed on this kill squad. So I knew that they wouldn't need it as badly. Drop the one up here, drop the one down here. Same thing, I know I'm going to need them over the expos and over the archer tower. I'm sorry, over the air defenses. So I want to keep those hogs up as long as possible. But at this point, there's very few defenses. The only thing that can really stop me now is this giant bomb. And thankfully, the hogs get through it. I lose a few of them, but the rest of them stay up and take out that archer tower, which is great because if they had died, then these hogs would have had to jump down here. They probably would have gotten taken out some by this barbarian king, and I would have had a much uglier cleanup and may not have been able to get it. As it is, the cleanup goes very smoothly. You can see Bob's Pekka is still running around cleaning house. So is the barbarian king. Queen hasn't even been touched. So that's kind of a look at the base analysis that I did, what the plan was, and then the execution of that plan. And because my execution wasn't perfect, how I had to adjust. So I hope you learned something from this. I hope you incorporate it into your own attacks, and we'll catch you all next time.